Welcome to another weekly wrap-up.
With Preezy and Topher.
Yeah, man, we got week 8 for y'all, episode 8. We in here.
Coming at you with some more information.
Dropping knowledge and irrelevant information. I don't know, we just giving y'all what we know.
Yep.
What else can we do?
Yep, there are certain things that attract our attention, so, we'll go into those.
We feel obligated to share. Our friends don't want to listen to us. We figured the internet would.
Right.
Yeah.
We got some good stuff this week, though.
Dropping bombs.
Yeah, so this week we got Trump campaign catches up financially. We're going to talk about top DNC donor Fred Eichner, embryo research. We're also going to talk about the Olympics. And what else are we going to talk about this week, Preezy?
It looks like we're going to talk about a Pakistan suicide bombing.
Yep.
Thanks for leaving me on that cliffhanger for the fans. And then Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg had a concert with a little fiasco. Shit was hilarious. And then DJ Khaled has his album dropped like a week ago, so we have some alerts on that. And then Rick Ross and Skrillex. Rick Ross has some news for himself. Rick Ross and Skrillex dropped a video for Purple Lamborghini. And Drake said some things that he probably shouldn't have said. But, we'll get to that all in due time. First things first.
Yeah, so let's get back to the campaign, guys. So Trump's campaign has caught up financially with Hillary Clinton. In July, they've been doing pretty well. They've raised quite a bit of money. So Trump and the Republican National Committee raised $82 million in July, and Clinton has raised more. She's raised $90 million, but this definitely decreases the funding gap between Clinton and Trump. I think the month before, Clinton had around $43 million, and Trump had close to $10 million. There are talks that, even if he couldn't raise funds through campaigning, he would fund his own campaign. But it seems like that's not really necessary anymore because he's really close to how much Hillary Clinton has.
How do you donate to Donald Trump? Is it like a PayPal account on his website? All these little rednecks are sending money through?
Yeah, so a lot of them have been doing mail, have been sending it through snail mail.
Get out of here, for real?
Yeah, but there's an online option as well. Most of the gifts have been either through snail mail or online gifts.
Snail mail, people.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's getting money through the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I mean, he's racking it in, and the surprising thing is that most of this money is coming from most of this money is like small donations from individuals. They're like around $10, $25 gifts for the most part. So yeah, it's like there may not be too much. If Donald Trump were to become president, I hope to God not. There may not be like large corporations influencing as much so as Hillary Clinton. But yeah.
I think Trump's like the antithesis of Bernie Sanders to a T. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders had like a grassroots campaign getting all this money too.
Right.
We just couldn't keep up. And then Donald Trump's just saying way more outlandish stuff to get people's attention.
Right, I could see Trump getting a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters, those who aren't willing to join the establishment with Hillary Clinton.
You see that? You actually see that?
I mean,
No, I don't think Bernie Sanders supporters are that whack jobbed.
I think for the most part they would support Hillary Clinton if they had to choose between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, they would. But I could see a few, I could see a few of them leaning towards Trump.
Kind of a tangent, but there's minorities for Trump. There's a blacks for Trump.
I don't get that.
Latinos for Trump.
I really don't.
Asians for Trump. I was just googling blacks for Trump, and then all the other minority groups popped up. Muslims for Trump was one.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I feel like the people that spoke at the Republican National Convention that were like minorities or people that were even there, they had to be like paid or persuaded in some way to actually be there. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the show. Can't think of the name right now, but there's this character called Uncle Ruckus, and he's like this black man.
Boondocks.
The Boondocks, yeah.
Uncle Ruckus is extreme Uncle Tom, basically.
Right.
But he's not even Uncle Tom. He's a self-hating black guy who's 80 years old.
Guy.
I guess if you're a self-hating minority, you'll probably support Trump.
Right.
Yeah.
I could, yeah.
You know who I'm talking to. I know a self-hating minority that supports Trump. He knows who he is. You know where I stay, homie.
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about, but
Yeah, I know you
that's
did.
cool.
Well, we'll move on from Trump's bullshit.
Yeah. So a few weeks ago, I mentioned that Julian Assange released a document. He released a spreadsheet on WikiLeaks.
Was that last week?
That was like 2 weeks ago, I think. But yeah, this was right before the Democratic National Convention. So he had released a bunch of emails saying that, showing that the Democratic National Party was supporting Hillary Clinton more so than Bernie Sanders. But he also released a spreadsheet. It's called, let's see here. Yeah, it's called The Big Spreadsheet of All Things.
Such a great description, right?
Right. The name is really broad, but basically it has all the top individual donors to the Democratic National Party for like the last 3 years. So yeah, I was looking through that, and I saw this one guy who had gave. This is like one of the top donors, so I thought I would share a little information about him, so you guys may know who's funding the Democratic Party. So yeah, one of the top funders, his name is Fred Eichner, and he donated at least $100,200 in 2015 to the Democratic National Party. Yeah, it could have been anywhere close to $250,000. The spreadsheet had said 100,000. I saw another article that had said 250,000, so somewhere around in that ballpark. And total, he's donated $12.7 million to the DNC in his lifetime. So he's a 70-year-old man, and he's from Chicago, Illinois. He's gay, and his foundation, the Alphawood Foundation, funds gay rights groups, AIDS and HIV treatment, domestic violence prevention, arts, education, and architecture preservation. So he was a major promoter of same-sex marriage legislation in Illinois, and he funded and organized existing gay rights groups and a PR firm to push marriage legislation in Illinois before gay marriage was legal in the United States. And he also started the company Newsweb Corporation in 1971. So yeah, this corporation, it owns many ethnic and alternative newspapers around the United States. So yeah, this is one of many top donors to Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys information on that. Money does play a part in how policy is made. People fund a campaign and then do a favor for them, passing legislation that'll benefit them, benefit that person who had funded this person's campaign. So yeah, that's one person. I'll probably go into detail into some other people in future podcasts. So yeah, look out for that.
I just want to get that rich where I can just drop like $100,000 on whatever politician to have life work my way.
Yeah, goals.
Some local news. Me and Topher and I and some homies went to the Durham Co-op on Thursdays. They have $3 dinners. What did we get this past Thursday, Topher?
Yeah, so we got some Spanish rice and sausage, some tortilla chips, had some hot sauce as well.
Shit was awesome. $3 all.
Really good.
And you can pile that bitch on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, you could pretty much get as much as you wanted.
And one go, And then they also have to-go boxes. So if y'all don't want to post up and eat, y'all can just grab some food and dip out for $3 still.
Right.
And then they apparently always have local music playing.
Yeah, it's a good environment.
Y'all can be the judge of whether y'all enjoy the music or not. But free music is free music.
Right. Supporting local artists.
Yeah. And then you just get to meet some people, I guess. If you want to be a little social.
Right. Yeah, we met a guy who lived in the area, Khalif.
Well, the National Institute of Health is being weird, and it plans to lift ban on research of part human, part animal embryos. We're It's like a really bad sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe like Planet of the Apes sort of thing, where apes become sentient and take over or something like
So,
that.
according to notes Topher wrote that I'm going to read out, scientists would be able to access federal money to research part human, part animal embryos known as chimeras. The scientists would like to use the embryos to create animal models of human disease. They also want to produce sheep, cows, and pigs with human hearts, livers, kidneys, and other organs that will potentially be used for transplants for failed organs in a human. Scientists are also interested in creating human sperm and eggs in animals to study human fertility. Now, let's see. So, what's that mean? The scientists will use embryos to create animal models. Okay, so the embryos would be human embryos and animals
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Yeah, human embryos. Yeah.
in animals. That's a little weird, dude.
Well, yeah, and then there's like the idea of growing
But you
human
won't be growing
organs in.
you'd just be growing the organs. You won't be really growing a whole human in the animal, would you?
Well, I think they do want to do stuff when it comes to fertility and stuff like that. But I think there's more demand for like growing organs and stuff like that.
So we're not looking at that. We're not looking at like half animal, half humans yet, fully yet.
I mean,
It's more like we're
seems
trying to
like-
harvest organs.
Yeah,
And what seems like
it seems like that's like the most legitimate reason for why they would want to do the research. But yeah, I think they're kind of hesitant about like mixing embryos when it comes to chimps and humans since they're so similar. Because I think they don't want them to become sentient. Or have like display like human emotions, be able to like think more logically.
yeah. I
to,
saw
take over.
you put there's restrictions have been put in place by the NIH.
Yeah.
So like chimps and primates would not be able to be mixed with human embryos because they're so closely related to humans.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then the funding might begin as early as the start of 2017. And we got 30 days to
Right.
make contact. Well, the public has 30 days to make comments on the plan. I don't know, man. In my opinion, we should just go straight to cyborg like arms and stuff. We
That'd
shouldn't
be
deal.
awesome.
We shouldn't like mess around with too much biology in the universe. But like, look, hear me out, guys. If my arm gets chopped off, I would much rather just have like a cyborg arm. You feel me?
Oh yeah, no.
Let me pay 10 grand for a cyborg arm that does everything it needs to do.
Yeah, I
for an
imagine
arm.
like an extendable arm that will be able to like reach things really high
Oh,
off the
that'd be
shelf.
so dope.
Yeah.
Or you can just like program your arm to do whatever you want it to. You know?
Right.
And then like cyborg leg, cyborg heart. I think it's possible. I think it's way more. I think it's doable.
You'd be able to move heavy furniture.
We should advance biomedical engineering, and not like advance this weird biomedical genetical engineering.
I like the idea of growing organs inside, like maybe like livers and hearts inside animals and whatnot. Like if we're, because they can't always find a match with people who need a transplant. So I mean, it's kind of weird imagining like your organ coming from an animal, but I mean, if you could grow it from there and it still works fine, then why not?
The Olympics happened.
It did.
What happened to the Olympics?
Yep. So I can give you guys a rundown of the medals, the gold medals that have been received from countries so far. So as of today, Monday, August 8th, so China has 3 gold medals, Australia has 3, Italy has 3, US has 3, Hungary has 2, and South Korea has 2. So yeah, and
America.
yeah, America's up there, number 1 spot so far. But yeah, Virginia Thrasher from the United States got a gold medal in shooting.
I think she won Saturday.
Okay, yeah, and it was 10-meter air rifle contest.
Blat. She got gats, just shooting stuff. You know how Americans do.
Right, what a surprise! We got number 1 in shooting.
Then Michael Phelps was in there for the stoners.
Yeah, that's right. There's one point where he got caught smoking weed.
Our homie Michael Phelps got his 19th gold medal. Lil Wayne made a song called Michael Phelps like 8 years ago. Yo, it was 8 years ago. Well, yeah, It was like 2008. I remember now because that's probably when the last time he was in the. Cause Lil Wayne dropped a song called Michael Phelps, and it was like Michael Phelps is for you, and he just like had an awesome song about Michael Phelps. Y'all should listen to that. Lil Wayne, Michael Phelps. Lil Wayne also has a song called Kobe Bryant about how great Kobe Bryant is. Y'all should check that out. He never released it on the album. It was just like one of those free songs he put out to the universe.
I feel like Lil Wayne has a lot of songs about random celebrities.
Yeah, random athletes. He really loves sports. He really loves
One
sports.
about Obama as well.
Oh, I haven't heard the one about Obama.
Yeah, or maybe it's called Black President.
Black, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, some bad news now. 69 died in a suicide bombing in Quetta, Pakistan.
Yeah, that was today.
Oh, that was on Monday, August 8th, unfortunately. Right. A bomb went off in the hospital, and most of the people that were killed were lawyers. Damn. We can't even start the week off on a good note. Mm-hmm. Bummer. We should have did this podcast yesterday, so we wouldn't have to deal with this issue until like next podcast.
Nothing like Monday.
Well, R.I.P. to all that died. I guess it was a terrorist attack.
Yeah, it was
safe to assume that
it was a terrorist attack. I think some certain Taliban group is taking responsibility. So that's what it seems like. It's the Taliban as of now. Can't say for sure. It hasn't been verified, but.
I feel like the way people gangbang in America, where it's like little sects of gangs, just like, hey, I don't like you, and you don't like me, we'll fuck each other up. Right. I think it's like that similar in like in the Middle East, because it's like these different like it's all these Islamic groups, so it's just like all these Muslims, but they're like fighting over like little details,
right,
in the way they pray and stuff.
And it's like usually areas where there's like maybe like a sort of power vacuum, or people aren't doing too well socioeconomically, so these smaller like militia groups kind of pop up and kind of take control take.
So it's like a power struggle for the most part. Yeah. Well, some business news. Nike Golf decided they're not gonna make golf clubs or golf equipment anymore. They're gonna strictly be apparel, just shoes and like apparel. If people didn't know, they were like making clubs and balls and.
Were they like losing money?
I don't think they were. They were definitely not making as much money as they probably wanted. Right. I don't think, because they said they're gonna really focus in on just making better apparel and not worry about their equipment. But I think Tiger getting in trouble with all those ladies back in the day definitely didn't help.
Yeah.
And I don't know who else they're sponsored by, but like a lot of like, there's way better equipment out there compared to Nike golf equipment, so it makes sense for them just like back up and just dedicate themselves to apparel. Honestly, Nike didn't even make apparel. Nike didn't make golf like equipment until Tiger Woods started playing really heavy. Like I think 2006 maybe is when Nike started getting into the equipment game. Okay. Maybe earlier than that, but they haven't like been in equipment, like golf equipment industry that long. Right. At the end of the day, they just had the resources to get in there because they're Nike.
Yeah.
But yeah, no more Nike golf equipment if anybody cares. Just apparel. Yeah. So Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, it's really popular now. I was a Harry Potter fan growing up. I read all the books, but I don't know how I feel about this because it's not J.K. Rowling writing it. It's kind of like fan fiction where other people write it. It is fan fiction. These other people have written it, and I guess
this is not the play that had gone on in England, right? Or is this a separate book?
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. It's parts 1 and 2.
Oh, okay.
I really have no idea about this new Harry Potter shit because I don't buy into it because it's not the original. If it doesn't have J.K. Rowling's name on it exclusively, I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I just read all the books, but like Deathly Hallows Part 2 was the last one I read. But
I think the publishing house is just trying to exploit. It's like everybody's just trying to exploit money. Exploit the millennials. Honestly,
sequel's never better than the original.
Yeah, everybody that like grew up in the early 2000s and like late 90s are getting exploited right now by all these major companies. Like with Pokemon Go, with this Harry publishing Potter, house, this Harry Potter book. What else came out? All these like I don't know. They just keep trying to exploit us. It feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, they just keep making. They remake the stuff from what we grew up on and just repackage it for a modern take, either in app form or like a new movie or a new T-shirt, like Ghostbusters. Come on, man, that's not right.
Right. I mean,
I'll watch it. I probably won't watch it actually because they just seem to they keep making shitty movies apparently. You know. Oh, and speaking of shitty movies, I heard Suicide Squad wasn't that great.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I heard it wasn't as.
I feel like it's probably visually nice. Like visually, you're probably enamored by it.
Yeah, I heard the action was good.
Yeah, but I heard it's just like the plot and the acting and that stuff threw people off.
Right.
And it wasn't true to the comics.
Yeah, I heard they were trying to like just like it didn't like really flow well. They were just trying to like add a lot of stuff in. And
They said the same thing about Batman versus Superman. It just seems like DC brand just churning out some movies right now.
Yeah, Batman vs Superman was terrible. It's like transition from scene to scene. It didn't really make any sense. Like you went into one scene really not knowing what was going on, and the dialogue was really terrible. You know, Batman and Superman just weren't communicating well at all. It was like, yeah, it was kind of ridiculous.
Get your shit together, DC Comics. All right, we want classy movies with a plot. We need some structure.
Right.
We need to be entertained. All right, it's like $10 to go watch a movie. Or 12. I don't know.
I'm not paying
it's
$10 for a movie that's.
and then you wonder why people stream your shit illegally. Get out of here.
If the movie's not ranked at least like 8 on IMDb, I'm not going.
If Rotten Tomatoes don't give it 85%,
right.
I ain't watching it. God, first of all, it's $12 to watch it, and then 2 hours of my time.
Yeah, I could like literally stream it online for free.
For free. Don't stream. Well, I mean, do what y'all want to do. I'm just saying. These movies need to be better if y'all want me to go to the movie theaters to watch them. I want to see Sausage Party with Seth Rogen.
Oh, yeah, that looks hilarious.
Yeah. That's like an anime. Oh, I saw Pets. Oh, I think I talked about that, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
I think in the last podcast I mentioned watching Pets. If Pets is still available in your area, you should definitely watch it. And then Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg had a concert. They're on tour. Pardon me, one of their tour stops, I think it was in Jersey. They you know how the concert there's like there's the concert goers, and then there's a rail, and then between the rail and the stage is like a little pit where security and like the camera crew and people hang out at. Well, so all the concert goers were pushing against the railing between the stage and the pit or whatever. So they pushed the railing over and like started like they just all toppled over into this like little pit, and they like 42 plus people got injured.
Oh man.
It was all like cuts and bruises and broken limbs. Nothing critical. One person went to critical care, but like nobody died. Fortunately,
that's good.
Like people were just being. It was a concert. People were just way too hype. Just pushing the rails, but like it was just funny to watch. Like I'm glad no one got hurt.
Is there a YouTube video?
Yeah, there's a YouTube video.
Oh, man.
we can put YouTube video links in the descriptions and stuff, or if y'all just Google it, or some of y'all probably heard the news or seen the news, but it's great.
Right, it's like one of those videos. Like whenever I see somebody falling over on a video, it's really funny.
Yeah, everybody's just falling over each other.
Get hurt, but
yeah,
it's pretty funny.
More rap news: DJ Khaled. Major Key
alert.
That's the name of the album, as well as a statement he makes on a regular basis. But Major Key alert, in terms of Major Key, the album, it's the number one album in the country. He has the number one song for free featuring Drake. And then to celebrate these number ones, what did DJ Khaled do? What does DJ Khaled do when he wins? Because all he does is win.
Ciroc?
Well, I mean he went to the Bahamas.
Oh,
yeah, he went to the Bahamas to celebrate. According to his Snapchat, last I seen Snapchat was yesterday, but he's in the Bahamas chilling. Diddy sent him a lot of Ciroc to drink.
Nice.
You know, when you connected like that, you connected like that. So shout outs to DJ Khaled.
Probably over there petting his flowers.
Petting flowers. Yeah, that shit's weird.
It was a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like the flower. I like that he's really into like flowers and stuff,
right,
and like he shows on his Snapchat.
I'm just like, yo, these are my babies. Like, just okay.
The guy shows plants love. They want to grow well.
Rick Ross is celebrating his 10-year anniversary of his debut major label album, Port of Miami, that came out in 2006, 10 years ago to this day, August 8th, 2016. So August 8th, 2006 is when the album dropped. And then Rick Ross also has a song with Skrillex from the Suicide Squad soundtrack called Purple Lamborghini, and he dropped a video for that with him and Skrillex. And the video's hype, is it not, Topher?
Yeah, it was pretty hype.
Hype-ass video. So exciting.
You got the Joker in there. Joker, Rick Ross, and Skrillex.
And the song is just good. It's a hype song. It's a good way to, like, get your workout going or
It really is,
get your day going or whatever. Just good way to start the day. Turn up time. Some more rap news. Drake, he's being a dick. So Drake and Joe Budden have beef because Drake said something in the No Shopping song where he's like, pump it up, pump it up, because that's a reference to Joe Budden's song, and he just said some like, you should rap Genius lyrics for No Shopping and then look at it. But there's problems between Drake and Joe Budden, but then Joe Budden is friends with Eminem because they're in the same label camp kind of deal, and so someone asked Drake, well, what if Eminem comes for you? And then Drake said, well, let him come. I got something written for him, too.
That's
such a bold statement.
Why would you be bringing Eminem into beef between you and Joe Budden? I feel like that's so unnecessary.
Yeah. So if Drake gets, like, shredded apart in the next couple of weeks, we know why.
Right.
Which I think would be awesome. It'd be so great. Eminem doesn't do anything anyways. Like, he just comes out randomly, just destroy Drake.
Yeah, I feel like Eminem.
Nice little 5-minute song.
It's really great when Eminem just like goes fire. And
yeah, because Eminem has stands. People don't understand. Like, Eminem doesn't have fans. Eminem has like stands, like ride or die Eminem people that just like love Eminem. That like grew up with Eminem. When Eminem came out in 1998, they were just like, oh my god, Eminem's the greatest thing ever. He gets me through life. Not days, he gets me through my existence. and like, not saying Drake doesn't get people through their existence, but the level of people that Eminem has touched compared to Drake is just so much bigger than Drake might actually think he is. Like, Drake's big, but Eminem was so much bigger.
Not to mention that, like, in this whole argument, it seems like Drake is just bringing Eminem into it just because he's got beef with Joe Budden.
Yeah. Eminem has stadium tours. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Drake will like get an arena, like a Coliseum, like, you know, Red Hat, like at Greensboro Coliseum. He had a show.
Okay.
Like Eminem will get a whole like NFL football stadium performing there.
Yeah.
You realize, like, that's a different level completely.
It's just like his music gets so hype and you get like so into it.
Yeah, to explain to y'all how big that is, Beyonce does stadiums. Eminem does stadiums. Like giant things built for like hundreds of thousands of people. Whereas Drake's doing like tens of thousands of people still.
Okay.
Not saying all of Drake's concert venues aren't sold out. But if you were as big as you were, or think you are, you'd be able to do stadiums, right? And you would just do the fucking stadium tour.
So, yeah, it's like, I haven't heard much from Eminem recently, and then, like, you know, Drake, he dropped album Views recently, so I feel like right now Drake definitely has more fans, but do you think, Eminem's fans would come out?
Yeah, I think Eminem still has more fans. I think Eminem fans just grew up a little bit.
Okay.
And by a little bit, I mean, like, the average Eminem fan, or like the Eminem stan from yesteryear is probably 5 years older than like the biggest Drake stan. You know what I mean? Like there's not that much of a difference of timing in terms of rap.
Right.
Like Drake came out in 08, 07. Eminem came out in 98. Eminem hit his peak in like 2002-ish. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like Drake hit his peak, or like started to hit his like crescendo or whatever, 2010. You know, it's not that much of a difference, like 5-8 years difference.
Yeah.
But like people are gonna support who they want to support, and like you just, I don't know, everybody just loves Eminem at the end of the day. Like in terms of like a hardcore rapper, Eminem still has that ability, and we're questioning Drake's ability to actually match that. So yeah, that's some rap drama for y'all. 2 Chainz though, the man 2 Chainz, he dropped a mixtape because he was worried about bootleggers. So he was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna drop this project," and it's called Daniel San Necklace Don, because it's like a Mr. Miyagi kind of theme.
Okay.
So on the mixtape cover, it's like animated, and it's like the Japanese sun behind him, while 2 Chainz is like in like some like ninja gear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like a karate gear. Yeah, it's cool. It's a good mixtape. I enjoyed it. It's like 8 tracks, 10 tracks. Might be like 30, 45 minutes at best, but it's a good little taste of 2 Chainz.
Okay.
If you like 2 Chainz, but that's all I got for rap. Well, music in general.
I think that's it for the week.
Word.
Yeah.
Weekly wrap up 8, episode 8. We out here.
We out here, folks. Thanks for joining us once again.
Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on SoundCloud. My Snapchat is PreezysNC. My Twitter and Instagram are PreezyNC.
Yeah, follow me on Snapchat, guys. CXavier6.
You're not gonna plug your like Twitter?
I don't really use Twitter.
God,
so.
Topher, I ask you every week you unplug in your Twitter. And then you're like, I don't really use Twitter. Just get a normal Twitter name and just plug it in.
I mean, I'm not going to tell him my Twitter. I'm not going to have him following a Twitter account that's not going to be used.
See what I'm working with, people? This like lack of branding here from Topher.
Yeah. I mean, you can follow our Twitter page, though, Weekly Wrap Up with Preezy and Topher, because we do post on that.
Follow our Facebook page.
Yep.
But that's all we got. Yep.
Peace.